I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Network. Let's talk about the fact that Austin, Texas is trying to devolve into a liberal progressive Thunderdome. That's right. Now, I'm in Texas. In case you guys didn't know that, many of you did know that. These urban areas in Texas, yes, even in very red Texas, where no, it's not going to become a blue state, but in your urban areas, your Travis counties, your Harris counties, Dallas, Tarrant counties, places like that, it is a liberal radical shithole. Yeah, that's where it's going. Many people that were red in those counties have moved out. They're like, oh, you're trying to turn this into Chicago. You're trying to turn this in to the People's Republic of China. Let me just get the hell out of here. And we'll move 3 counties away. And that's what's happened, okay? It's also given the Democrats, by the way, a false sense of security. They feel like, oh, my God, look at us. This county and this county just turned blue. Oh, my God. Well, the secret to that, though, is if you go one county over, that county is now more red. Okay, so it broke even, but it just changed counties. And the demographics in the county changed. So, over the weekend, basically you had the Fast and the Furious meets Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot's Chicago, that's right. They had a street racing nightmare. By the way, they also had that in Chicago over the weekend. I noticed a car spun out of control, hit a wall or something, and burst into flames. 3 people cooked like they were in a skillet. Yeah. This is a product of defunding the police, folks. I mean, before you know it, Austin's going to be Portland, and Antifa's going to be sauntering down the streets, burning Austin to the ground. You know, I kind of wondered why. I know Elon has got some places down there. Joe Rogan moved his podcast down there. I get it. You wanted to move to Texas. Dude, moving to Austin might not have been a smart move. I mean, look, get out of these cities. Plain and simple. Get out of the cities. Get to the rural areas. That's just the thing. Austin police officer hurt in street racing takeover. Footage shows mob swarm police car. And that's not all. This is not all of it. I mean, this was late last night on Fox News. Let's just look. This is what the Austin Police Association said. Austin policymakers are directly responsible for overall safety of their citizens and visitors. Looks like they failed to make the right decisions and continue to defund, destroy, and demoralize public safety. Austin was one of the safest cities. It's not anymore. 20 minutes people had arrived there in street racing. Let's just check it out right quick. We're not going to watch the whole video because they'll demonetize it. But it just gives you a sense of exactly... Oh, there you go. The chaos. Look at this chaos here. Just a nightmare. Chaos situation. Like I said, I wasn't going to play it all because... YouTube's gotten to the point where essentially they just defund anything that's got a video inside of a video inside of a video. Listen to this. Council member Allison Alter told the Austin American Statesman, that's the newspaper, that she happened upon the street takeover and called 911. They put her on hold for 28 minutes. The Austin Police Department's Emergency Communications Division has been dealing with a staffing crisis for several months, with 911 call centers lowering its minimum staffing requirements last August due to unprecedented vacancy rates. In October, the average hold time for 911 calls in Austin was 2.5 minutes. Only about 2/3 of 911 calls were answered within 15 seconds that month, far below the national standard of 15 seconds or less. 90%, 15 seconds or less, 2.5 minutes for Austin. That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy. Okay. Police in Austin said one officer was injured in connection to a number of street racing incidents across the state capital Saturday night. The Austin Police Department announced on Sunday that the riotous behavior resulted in several police cars being damaged in addition to injury. Quote, APD committed to stopping this conduct, the department said in a tweet. Lawbreaking in this manner will result in enforcement and arrest. Our community's safety is the number one priority of APD. Last night's street racing in Austin injured one APD officer, damaged several police cars. I mean, this is ridiculous. And of course, they're not getting the help they need. Police did not immediately release any details on the identity of the officer or severity of the injuries. Video footage posted to social media shows cars wildly spinning in circles, large crowds. I mean, we're a long way from me on a drag race in my Camaro back in '97. You know, look at this, guys. I mean, the cop is having to run away from them. What exactly happened here? I mean, look at that. What has happened? That's been viewed 6.5 million times. But look at that. Look at that. Blew up on top of the cop car. What have we devolved into exactly? It's become Thunderdome. I shit you not. This is all part of the big plan. This is part of the George Floyd fallout. All the defunding of the police. Oh, we defunded the police and now we're shocked that crime is out of control? What? You can't really be shocked. And by the way, they're still pushing the envelope of progressive radicalness in some of these cities up there, like Minneapolis, where the George Floyd incident actually happened. I mean, look, most of these liberals, most of these progressives, they still don't want the police to be funded. It's crazy. I mean, you got a few Democratic lawmakers coming out now talking against this kind of rhetoric, but y'all were all for it. You were all for it. It's being very clear. If it's a Democrat-led area, if Democrats are involved, it's going to turn into a hellhole. It's going to devolve into a hellhole. If people want law and order in their area, they're going to have to vote red. They're going to have to vote Republican. That's just all there is to it. Okay? We're not going to put up with this shit. You know, deputies start actually deputizing citizens. All right? Arming them. Get out in the streets. We're stopping this crap. I mean, this is not enough officers, can't get enough help to actually stop some street racing. Are you shitting me? You're Austin, Texas. But guess what? Austin has had a flood of radical progressives coming into Austin for about 15 years now. That's been a thing. And this is exactly what happens. All right? I had somebody as a client of mine. When I owned my own business, I had a client, and a lot of them moved in from out of state. I had a couple that moved in from California, and very, very liberal, very progressive, very liberal. And they bring that ideology into your state. All right? They're not wanting to come here and conform to the laws of the land and the thought processes of the people here. All right? They're wanting to bring their thought processes and change your area. All right? That's the thing. Oh, we're outraged. We're leaving California. No. Especially up until about the last 3 or 4 years, what was happening in California is massive housing prices, massive housing cost. If somebody had a home they owned out there that was, say, 1,800 square foot, they could sell it and get about $800,000 for it in California. And then they're like, whoa, $800,000? We can go to Texas and buy a 3,000 square foot home. Now, granted, this was 10 years ago, but they could buy a 3,000 square foot home on 5 acres here for $350,000. And now, still, even it's probably going to be less than $500,000. And then they would pocket several $100,000 on top of it. They double the size of their house and pocket a couple of $100,000 out of it. That's why the progressive radical liberals were moving out of California into Texas, because they could live a lot better for less money, but they did not want to conform to our way of thinking when it comes to politics and or lawmaking. That's the problem. That's why you're seeing this. That's what's happened to Austin, because so many of them went to Austin. And I'm going to warn my friends, only 45 minutes away in Tyler, you better be careful, because Tyler is becoming more and more liberal and more progressive, because it's getting a flood of transplants. You better watch it, because a wildly red town, city, which has got about 130,000 people in it now, you're going to look up, and in 10 years, there's going to be 200,000 people there, and 80,000 of them are going to be blue. You better be careful. Tyler, Texas, you're going to mess up and become Austin, and then you're going to have a street racing problem. And good Lord, good luck to those guys if they decide to come out into the red areas, because shit, our sheriffs aren't putting up with that shit. I can tell you that right now. Shit, at all. Crazy. But that's good. I got to talk on here and talk about Austin and why Austin has become what it's become and why you're seeing the street racing shit. Austin's going to fuck around. Look, in 10 years, Austin is going to be, maybe not 10 years, in 5 years, Austin's going to devolve into Chicago. We know about that hellhole. Chicago, New Orleans, #1 murder capital in the United States now, and Portland. Antifa's burn it to the ground. Congratulations, Austin. That used to be 25 years ago. It was considered one of the best places, period, to live. Austin, the hill country, beautiful. And they're just like any liberal city, it's devolved into a hellhole. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First. 25% off USA First. Go now.